Welcome to the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast, a podcast where we teach speakers how to land paid speaking engagements and corporate contracts. Each week, we deliver high-quality content that teaches you how to level up your speaking business. Be sure to join the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group after having your mind blown by this information-filled episode. Now, here's your host, Ashley Kirkwood, lawyer and professional speaker. This is the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast.
Hey y'all, what's up to the Speak Your Way to Cash family? It's Ashley Kirkwood back again with another podcast episode, but this time, guys, I am actually going to let you listen in to a live video that I recorded. Now, if you're listening to this live video on the podcast and you're like, oh, I want to join your next live, I want to ask you questions, I want to be able to get feedback about my business, then you have to follow me on Instagram at The Ashley Nicole Show, and make sure you're following the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook page, all right? Make sure you're following the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook page because that's where I go live. I also sometimes go live in the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group, but enough about that. Even though you may have missed it live, you're about to hear it again. So listen into this live episode and let me know what you think. You can always send me an email to ashley@speakyourwaytocash.com. Let's listen in. All right, we're live. All right, so I wanted to reveal to you guys, I just got, of course, you all have seen, maybe you haven't, but you've seen my boxes. So we are like 2 months away from me shipping out boxes to everyone attending Speak Your Way to Cash Live. Hey, Quinn. And we just got in some proofs. So I'm super extra, y'all. So because I'm extra, I've ordered proofs for the printable materials that I'm giving you guys who are coming to Speak Your Way to Cash Live. I've ordered proofs from several different vendors. And we've got some vendors locally, and we've got some vendors internationally. So this is just a tip for those of y'all that do business. This is how I get down. I order proofs from companies close and from companies far so that in the event that I have to order stuff really quickly, even though it'll cost more money, I already have a vendor who has my files. Because with COVID, shipping is a whole nother beast. And this is my 6th event, so I already know how that goes. But I've gotten in our proof for our boxes. Aren't these beautiful? And just to show you guys the glow up, this was my first box. You see how small and quaint it is? Still cute, good box, not bad. These are our elevated boxes for our 2021 experience, far bigger, way more dope in a lot of different ways. Now, within these boxes, of course, you're going to get your welcome card from me with a little message. I can't show y'all everything. And then you're also going to get a workbook. So, of course, you all already know that for Speak Your Way to Cash Live attendees, you're getting my book. And my book is the bomb. Wait till y'all see. This book is thick though, okay? It is a 275-page book. I just kept writing. So it's a really thick book, but it has 6 parts. It's a 6-part book. It has all 4 parts of my framework: press, assembly, invite, and delivery. So we got those. Then we have a mindset portion that we start off the book with, really powerful. And then we have a level up portion. So you're going to get all 6 parts of the book. And when it releases November 15th, it'll release on Kindle, Audible, read in my voice. I spent 16 hours in the studio recording my book. And then you're also going to get paperback and the hardcover version. So we're releasing all of that, which is why I'm like, I had to take a month off last month because I've been working so hard. But let me show y'all. As you can tell, I'm so excited. Let me calm down. Oh, this event is going to be so good. If you don't have your ticket, what are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. Anyways, we just got in our workbooks. Now, this is our domestic partner. So this is a company in the US that got me this within 48 hours in the event that I need to get workbooks printed really fast. But what I love most about this workbook is this page right here, the table of contents. We are going through 13 different lessons over 3 days, okay? Over 3 days. And this is for the Speak Your Way to Cash Live event 2021, where I'll be teaching speakers how to navigate the corporate landscape, master it, how to sell to corporate, pricing, pathology, so much stuff. So I'm looking at this. I got to be careful not to show y'all too much of my IP. You see this copyright notice, but anyways. So we are having an experiential event. And the best way to describe it is to literally walk you through this beautiful, you see this full cover, 60-page notebook. And don't get it twisted. We have a few lines for you to write in the back, but the vast majority of this book, 37 pages, is all content. Okay. And to tell you a little bit about the modules that we're going to have at this event. Of course, we do the welcome. I don't consider that a module, but we start with getting your mind right, goal setting for powerful speakers. And then we go right into the dreamer's den. we have an entire experiential exercise for the Dreamers Den. Okay. I can't show y'all all the stuff we're going to do, but it's a whole experiential exercise where I will be literally walking you through how to dream effectively and take it from dreaming to visualizing to developing a plan to making the dream come to pass. Because a lot of people stop at dreaming, but then you have to visualize yourself in the dream. So if I'm dreaming, I'm like, oh yeah, in my dreams, I'd love to have a big house. Okay, cool. But then visualizing is one step further. In that house, there's 5 bedrooms. There's a 3-car garage. It's heated. Right above the garage, there's a whole nother living space in case we want to have an au pair or something of that nature. So we got a Dreamer's Den because I dream with specificity. So we got to walk you through my process for dreaming. And the reason why we're starting the event with a Dreamer's Den and we have exercises for it and we have prompts here is because this year, after like every other session, you're going to have time to talk to the other attendees about your dreams and to hold each other accountable and to be vulnerable. And one thing I'm really, really, really proud of is my community. Our ability to really support each other and give each other the creative freedom to dream big without judgment. So we don't have any mean girls, mean boys, none of that, right? No mean people are coming to this event. Everyone has the same goal. Everyone's going for the same goal. And we wanted to switch it up this year and leave room for you all to connect with each other and network with one another. Because last year we did that on a smaller scale and book clubs resulted, business besties resulted, speaking contracts resulted, just so many relationships resulted from that. And so we're doing that again. And we are facilitating these questions. Now, I just want to give you insight into how detailed I am about planning my virtual experiences. This is not your typical corporate situation where it's boring and you're in there and you're not talking and you're not engaging. No. Not only do we have a virtual option for your ticket and we have an in-person option for your ticket, okay? If you do it virtually, you may be wondering, how will your experience be? Will you be able to see everything? Will you be able to hear everything? We are bringing in a 3 to 4 man AV crew to make sure that if you are getting a virtual ticket, it will be streamed professionally for you. And I am flying in the best speaking client concierge team in the world to ensure that all the virtual folks have a person assigned to them to shepherd them through these 3 days. So if you have imposter syndrome or limiting belief, my girl Brittany Sherrill will be there with her life coach hat on, making sure to cheer you along the way. If you're someone who struggles with high ticket sales, we have Kevin Goins coming to talk about and make sure you have someone to connect with who's been through this process, who pitches speakers. Kevin has worked with some of the best speakers in the world that you've already heard of. So we're flying in Kelly, who tells you and has a whole podcast on how to speak with confidence. And she'll be there to guide a group of you through the experience. And the goal was not to just have any volunteers from anywhere. We wanted to make sure that I had former students that were like, look, I believe in what you're doing at Speak Your Way to Cash. I love ensuring people have a good experience. We want to support you in this initiative and in these efforts. So your breakout sessions will be facilitated, led by them, and we'll have breakout sessions so you'll get to talk and connect and make friendships. Because if I haven't learned anything from doing this event 7 times, go hard or go home is pretty much my motto. So we've talked about that. We talked about the first 2 modules. Then we have a really powerful workshop that I've never, ever done before. Mastering the corporate landscape. Now you see my hand is here, okay? It's covering up the goods because on this page of the workbook, I'm on page 10 in case y'all who are gonna be at the event who are like, okay, where's she at? Because I'm gonna get my box soon and I wanna make sure like I'm actually getting one of these and I wanna make sure I'm on the right page. I'm on page 10, honey. So it says, it goes through the types of corporations that you can actually work with, okay? And what I'm going to do this year that I've never done in the past is break down the corporate landscape. We're gonna look at it from, I don't even know what the term is. We're gonna look at it from a high point of view, okay? And we're gonna break down, okay, what does it mean if a company is mid-market? What does it mean if it's a large enterprise? And how does my approach need to differ for each of those industries? And then, covering up more of the goods here, we actually have a chart that breaks down the training expenditures over the past several years. Over the past 5 years, we're gonna break down where companies have been spending their money. And I give you a chart that is beautifully designed. And we even have like definitions and a ledger to read the chart. Like I'm pulling all the stops at this event. And why, you may ask, are we going so hard? Are we adding all these different things? The reason is, like, I've been saying this, and I know it seems scary and it seems dramatic, but there is a place that my future is headed that will not give me the time, space, opportunity to coach the way I've been coaching in the past. So I wanted to do a few things this year. And I was talking to my friend Audrey about this, and go check out On-Call Marketing, because I can't wait till I get her stuff. I'm gonna do a whole nother video. Audria is giving us discount codes for some of her products that I've purchased, that I've used, that I know are phenomenal, and that will help elevate your ability to get paid as a speaker by putting some products out there into your speaking suite. She's going to give us that. But anyways, I've been talking to her a lot about this. I've talked to my husband about this. I've talked to other people about this. There's a place that I'm going in the future. I won't have the time, energy, and space to do that, to coach the way I've been coaching now. But before I go, I want to leave a blueprint. I want to leave a roadmap. I want to make sure you all have what I can give prior to shifting the way that I serve. And I just think that that's the responsible thing to do. That said, I'm going all out. This is literally the best workbook that we've ever designed. Oh, child, I'm on page 15 now. So module 4 is all about building your framework and positioning your solution for profit. We have another workbook down, another chart down here. And then I'm doing another session I'm super excited about. Let me tell you about this next session. Woo! Sit back in my chair, okay? I'm so extra. I'm so ready for this. And let me tell y'all something else. I have not been on a stage in person since 2020 or 19 or whenever the pandemic hit. So I'm bringing all the heat, okay? I already told my stylist I need to be able to move freely on the stage. So whatever you put me in, make sure I can get up out that thing. Not out of it, but you know what I mean? Like move around and do what I gotta do. The next session, I'm on page 15. For those of you who are waiting on your own book, you're gonna get it soon. Pricing Pathology. So I am actually going to do a session breaking down the mindset of pricing, breaking down why you should be pricing, the way that you should be pricing, and how you can price in such a way that will allow you to make a profit. What does that look like? What does that look like for you? And so we're doing that session, brand new session, never done it before, ever, anywhere. And then of course we have a session on exploding your brand with TV exposure. And not only do I give you a sample script to pitch for television, but I also in here, I don't know if you all can see this, but like this is the sample script. These little yellow things that you see are me telling you why we do it the way we do it. So why the subject needs to be positioned like that, why the statistics need to be in there the way that they are. Because if I'm going to teach you something, I need you to understand the rationale behind it, because that's going to be the thing that helps you to implement it in your own business. Then we have another session, developing a hot list of future clients. Here's what a lot of people want to know. How, Ash? Like, how do I get these clients that you talk about? And how do I develop my list so that I can leave this event with some focus about who I'm going to pitch? Super, super, super powerful session. And then we have assembling your 6-figure package. Now we've decided to switch this session up from the one that we did last year and really talk through and help you work through how you're going to develop yours in a condensed amount of time. And then we have some activities after each of these modules to help you to do this stuff live, okay? Then we have another module, pitching to corporations with ease, explaining the sales cycle, the corporate sales cycle. What does that look like? And what are the elements of the sales cycle and why are they where they are? You know what I mean? So that's in here. And literally the whole script and its breakdown is in here. Then we have a sales plan in here. Then we talk about developing your sales system. And here's the thing, tell y'all this. I'm not even talking, this is just what's in the workbook, okay? This is a 60-page, how many pages is this workbook? 54-page workbook. So I'm talking about what's in the workbook. In addition to this workbook, in your opportunities, in your box, in your special box, right? What is one of my clients call this? Her opportunities box, her sales box. She calls it something because she kept her box from several years ago and has landed engagements. She keeps it all in her desk. So this box is something that you keep with you forever, like forever. I just did a live video with my client, Michelle, and she was saying like she still has her journal from last year's event and she's in the academy. So she still kept the notes from the event, even though we work together in my higher level coaching program. So just keep that in mind. The other thing we're going to do here is we have the language lab. Ooh, Let me tell you, I'm gonna just read y'all one little sentence from this workbook. Not even the book. Okay, this is just the workbook. So if you are attending the event and have not invited a friend to use your bring a friend ticket, you need to be invited. Like, girl, come with me to this. I want you to be with me at the top. Okay. So this workbook says language is power. It's everything. Now I got to put this down. I got to come close and tell you guys this. I believe the number one reason why we struggle sometimes as emerging businesses, I don't love the small business language, but whatever, as growing businesses, is because we don't have the language to communicate our value. It's not that we don't think we're valuable. It's not that we aren't using some language to communicate our value, but we're not using the right language necessarily to communicate our value. So we're doing a brand new, never before done session. Literally, all this content is brand new, and it's called the Language Lab. Ooh! So I'm a lawyer. So I'm all about language. I understand that one word can turn a contract. I understand the power of putting a comma somewhere and putting a period somewhere else, why it's so integral to the English language. I also understand that business moves through language. We are far from the days of handshake deals being legally recognizable, enforceable in the way most big business gets done. It may start with a handshake, but it's the language that's going to codify or cement the engagement. So we are doing a language lab at this event in November, the Speak Your Way to Cash Live 2021 event. And it's so good. Let me tell you what I do on page 30. I'm gonna just break this down. I give you scripts, sentences that you can utilize to overcome pricing objections. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sentences you can utilize to overcome pricing objections. And I'm gonna go through at the event how each of them plays into your sales strategy. That alone is worth the cost of the event, but I ain't done. Then I give you language you can utilize to overcome value objections. Now you're like, value objections, what are those? And why does that matter? Well, when you come to the event, I'm going to explain to you the number one question you have to ask before you ask a client to pay money for your stuff. A corporate client, individual client, it doesn't matter. This is going to be a sales masterclass. Unlike one that you've been to before, I can guarantee you that. Because I recently had a revelation, like, there are some things that people do and they're ordinary, like they do things in the way that most businesses do them. And when I've been negotiating for clients, I have people on the other side of that negotiation will say something to me that's like, well, that's not the industry standard, or that's not how we ordinarily do it. And what I have come to realize is for every client I advocate for every client I coach, I operate outside the ordinary. I can't help it. And that's not something that I want to do. I don't aspire to operate outside of the ordinary. When I look at the deals I've closed for clients, when I look at the way I coach my students, when I look at the results I've got for my business and for other people's business, and the way that we get them those results and the way that I sell without being all like, please do business with me. Like, I operate outside the ordinary, which means I am supposed to help people who also have the capacity to operate outside of the ordinary. So if that is you, I need to see you at Speak Your Way to Cash Live. Back to the workbook. So we also have a section in here that goes over timing objections. Timing objections, like things that you can say when your client is like, oh, but we want to do it next month. Oh, but we want to do it next year. Oh, we want to do it 5 years from now. What do you say? Then we're going to do some role playing live at the event. We have a whole page for you to just take notes on the role plays that we're going to be doing at the event, because I need you to see how it's happening. And then, of course, we have a possibilities panel where you will hear from some of my clients who've done it in specificity about what they did, how they did it, what they had to overcome, where the client came from, like all of these different things that you'll need. And then we have a whole session. We haven't done this since our first Speak Your Way to Cash Live.
Quick question. Will you let me coach you for 3 days? Look, I know that it will be life-changing. I have seen it with my own eyes. So I want you to join me at Speak Your Way to Cash Live 2021, November 4th through the 6th. It's a hybrid event and it's our 6th one, okay? I'm not trying these strategies out on you all. I'll be teaching you what you need to land 5- and 6-figure corporate speaking contracts, grow your speaking business, sell to large and medium-sized corporations as well as colleges, and get the press that you need to start getting some of those inbound inquiries that everyone wants. We'll cover pitching. We'll cover press. We'll cover assembling your proposal and proposal writing. We'll make sure that we also cover how to deliver a rock-solid speech, develop your framework, and guess what, guys? If you've attended in the past, this year is 100% new content, same focus. All right. So I want you to join me there. And if you get a VIP ticket, you can meet me live. We will be live and in person in Chicago, Illinois. And so come on in. We have various safety protocols to keep everyone safe, but it's going to be one of the best investments you make in your life. And our reviews tell us that is a 100% truth. All right. So if you want to come, just go to speakyourwaytocash.com/event. Speakyourwaytocash.com/event, because I want to coach you for 3 days and help you to start speaking your way to cash. Talk to you soon, guys. Let's get back to this episode.
The one way back. Delivering an impeccable speech through storytelling. We have a whole session on how to develop your brand story that you can utilize on your sales calls, that you can utilize in your social media copy, that you can utilize throughout the building of your brand, and why you need to develop it in a particular way. That's really important, really, really important. And then we have a session on how to put it all together, how to implement. That's really important for me. And then we have you actually write out your paid plan. What's your paid plan? The paid methodology is a registered trademark of Speak Your Way to Cash. Okay, it is let me say it again. It is a registered trademark of Speak Your Way to Cash. So there is no one else on the planet that can teach you the paid method. That's all me. I have my IP on lock. I don't know how many trademarks I own by this time, but it'll be triple by next year probably. I have a methodology for how I do what I do. I'm not coming here talking at you. We have a plan. We have planned ahead for how we're going to transform your life. And we've thought about how you're going to transform your own life. What you need to leave the event with that you didn't come with. What tools do you need, from mindset to strategy? Because if you notice, we start with the dream and we end with the plan. Let me say that again. We start with the dream and we end with the plan. You're going to leave with the plan. You're going to leave with this workbook. You're going to leave with the book, and you're getting the book. We're so strategic about how we planned out this event, my husband and I. I developed my book writing plan around the event, because it was important to me that the people who wanted to, the people who were committed to doing it, the people who were dogged about their success, the people who are looking at this video right now like, I don't know what y'all going to do, but I'm about to go buy my ticket. Y'all, I wanted to make sure y'all had all of the information, the book, the workbook, the journal. Because look, this little 10 pages at the back of this is not enough for you to take notes. So what we've also developed is a notebook for Speak Your Way to Cash. And this is not just any notebook. This notebook, every 20 or so pages has a quote to inspire you. So the more you keep writing the vision, the more you keep making it plain, the more you keep taking notes, you're just going to turn the page and it's a message. You're just going to turn the page and it's a message. It's not on every page. It's intermittently. And that was by design, because I know that, yes, you're excited when you write your first note, but by the time you're 30 pages into that notebook, you may be tired. You may need to see a message of encouragement. And so we thought about that. Do you hear the level of detail that is going into planning this experience for you? I'm praying for you when you're coming. I'm making sure our sponsors are all people that I have personally spent my own hard-earned money with. I did not accept sponsors who I have not personally spent my money with, because I wanted to make sure that when I bring up a tech tool that you can use, when I bring up a system that you can use, I can say with confidence, yeah, that was a good investment for me. This is how that has helped my speaking business grow. This is how the products have been elevated by working with this person. This is how they've been beneficial to my life. I don't need sponsors for money. I don't. I wanted to make sure you all had people sponsoring this event and technology sponsoring this event that would help propel your career. Everything that we do at Speak Your Way to Cash is client-centric. It's client-centric. So this is the best event I've ever done, and it hasn't happened yet. I know it's the best event I've ever done. This is our 6th event. It's going to cost me big money to get these boxes to all of y'all via UPS or with whatever tracking system we use. To print all of this stuff is just, my printing bill alone is probably like $15,000, $20,000. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where I do it, because it is what it is. But we're doing this, we're investing this way, because this for me, I'm gonna tell you what it means to me. This event for me is my legacy event. I don't know whether I'll do an event. I know I won't do an event like this again. I may do an event again in the future, but it won't be like this. So because of that, I wanted to make sure that I gave it my all. It's 100% recorded. We have, everything is done on a high level, and it's done on a high level, not because I need you all to see how great I am at it, but because I need the environment to be such that you see excellence. And when you're there, you're like, oh, I'm excellent. The only people here are excellent. When you look to your left, you look to your right, they invested to be there just like you. Y'all are excellent. You all can network with each other on a high level. You can talk about big dreams without being judged. You can talk about your desire to land a 7-figure or multi-7-figure contract without being judged. You can do the activities you need to do without being judged. And I'm telling you this because sometimes you go to events and there isn't a larger transformation. It's not necessarily done with excellence. It's done with some ulterior motive, and that's okay too. But if you go there and everyone in the room isn't ready for what we're gonna do over those 3 days, it could be a problem. It can stunt growth. And so I know for a fact, every single person there is supposed to be there on that weekend where you could be anywhere. If you're coming to Speak Your Way to Cash Live, you're supposed to be there. And if you want to come to Speak Your Way to Cash Live, you're supposed to be there. You're supposed to be there. So get there. Do what you got to do to get there. Go to speakyourwaytocash.com/event. I showed you guys these beautiful workbooks, full color that we just got in. And then I also showed you these beautiful welcome cards that we're giving y'all. Y'all see that QR code? It's some next level stuff happening this year. Okay. I'm showing you guys this because it's important for you to know the level that you're investing in. It's important for you to know that. This is not your average event. I can't do ordinary if I tried. I operate outside of the ordinary, and it's not something I aspire to do. It is what I do. I operate outside of the ordinary. So the people who come to this event, the people who are supposed to be there, the people who are supposed to work with me are not afraid to operate outside of the ordinary. Or you feel a little fear. You're like, dang, am I supposed to be in that room? Am I qualified to be there? Will I be able to do it? Here's how you build confidence. I'm gonna show you. You feel all that stuff. You think all those thoughts. And you move towards the direction of your desire anyway. This is an important lesson. You feel all those fears, you feel all those thoughts, and you move towards the direction of your desire anyway. I had a similar thought process with law school. I started off at a lower ranked law school, then I transferred to Northwestern Law. My professors worked for the Supreme Court justices of the land. One of my professors, four of my professors were federal judges, which means they're not state judges who get elected. They were appointed by the president of the United States at their appointed time. My classmates were all pretty much smart. And I don't mean smart like they're better than anyone else. I mean, they all tested well on their exams to be there. And so I had this thought like, man, am I really supposed to be at this school with all of these people? And very few look like me. And when they do look like me, their GPAs, they say their GPAs are lower. Like, am I supposed to compete at this level? Am I supposed to be there? I felt all of that. And here's the other thing. I've never thought about it quite like this. I had an opportunity. My first law school was not ranked highly. The average salary coming out of there was like $50,000. Okay. I had an opportunity to stay there. And my first law school was like, we'll pay you, Ashley. We'll pay you it was like maybe under $200,000 to stay at your first law school. You won't have to pay for any of your books. You won't have to pay for anything, and you'll get spending money. You'll graduate with very little debt out of law school if you stay over here with us. But I knew that if I stayed at that first law school, I was already the top of that food chain. I was like, I'm already top 3% of my class here. Like, I'm crushing it over here. But I had a thought like, man, but could I crush it if I went where everyone is deemed to be intellectually superior? Could I crush it in an environment where everyone is expected to do great things, where 96% of the students at graduation have a job, and where the average salary is $200,000? Can I crush it in an environment where greatness is expected? Whew, that was my question. And I didn't know. I had a thought like, man, maybe my grades would drop if I went there. Maybe I wouldn't be as good if I went there. Maybe I wouldn't be accepted. And I decided, with all the doubts, with all the fears, and knowing it would be more of a financial investment, to go to Northwestern. I still decided to do it. And I made the decision based on proximity to greatness. I'm gonna be honest. It's not that the first law school is bad or I wouldn't have been successful if I would have stayed there, but I wasn't going to allow my fear to stop me from moving in the direction of my desire. So what I would say to you is, if you want to be in the room at Speak Your Way to Cash Live, if you like this talk we're talking, if you're interested in challenging the norms, if you want to operate outside of the ordinary, then there's certain rooms you have to be in, because every room doesn't operate at this level. So come to Speak Your Way to Cash Live, all right? Now, I showed y'all the workbook, the box. I have more stuff coming soon that I'll be showing you guys that I'm super excited about. It's just so dope. I mean, I have so much Speak Your Way to Cash merchandise everywhere. What is this? This is like our shirt that we've gotten designed. We're still trying out different shirt designs that we're going to be wearing that weekend. Can y'all see this? Look at this. Like, we have so much stuff that we've gotten produced for this event. And we're going so hard, and I'm working so hard, and I'm praying so hard for the people that are going to be there. But I know everyone that is supposed to be there will be there. All right. So if that's you, then I want to see you there. We have payment plans and all that. You can work it out. Go to speakerreadycash.com/event. Make sure you're in the room. I'm ready to serve you, excited about serving you, and I will keep you guys posted on the updates. All right.
All right, wasn't that interview amazing? If you're anything like me, you have pages full of notes. But here's the thing. Before you head out, I want you to go to facebook.com and join the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group. That is where I am. That's where a ton of other speakers are, a ton of other people who listen to the show. We all congregate there and chat. And it's 100% free. Now, if you're ready to take your speaking career to the next level, I have 2 ways for you to do that. One, you can go to ashleynicolekirkwood.com/SYWTC live replay and pick up the live replay. That training is 7 modules, chock full of information. It's crazy. Go over there, read all about it. Or if you want a more personal experience, you already know that you want to be a speaker. You're ready to fully commit and you want someone to walk you through it and save you tons of time Googling and doing it on your own, then book a VIP day with me. You can go to ashleynicolekirkwood.com, scroll down until you see the VIP day section and get more information on that there. All right. Thank you guys again for watching. Please do not forget to leave us a review. That is how we keep this train rolling and get some of the best speakers in the world to get on this show. So please, please, please leave a review. Shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and Facebook in the Speak Your Way to Cash group, Instagram at the Ashley Nicole Show. And I'd be more than happy to chat with you and say hi. All right, y'all have an awesome, awesome day.